Hi everyone, it's Sue. Welcome back. I'm still working on this 12-inch folio here. So this is where we're up to with that. It's coming along quite nicely. Very big, too big for my desk. But what I've just been sitting here playing, and I thought I may as well turn the camera on, and we may as well try and make this together. So what I was thinking is I want to put something, I was going to put just a pocket, normal pocket on here, but I've decided that I want to do something a little bit different. And I don't know, not sure where this will head. What I'm thinking is I want to do two of this sort of thing somehow. Not very helpful, is it? So it looks like an envelope on the front, but it's deceiving. So when you open up, what I'm thinking is that I will have this that looks like an envelope, but it's not stuck down. And I wanted to maybe do like a little paper pad flip or something. I don't know, that's what I'm thinking. But then I wanted to have a similar sort of envelope here somehow, that I don't know. So I want to make two and then try and put them together. I know I'm not making any sense, but we're going to make this contraption, whatever it is, together. So I've just sort of, I know I could probably use envelopes, but I wanted something made custom size to fit onto that flap. So I've got lots of little scribbly notes that I've done here. And we'll just experiment together. But because this is longer than 12 inches, is it? Yes, because it's longer than 12 inches, I've had to do it in two separate pieces. And I just thought, well, it doesn't matter if the flap gets glued down on the back there. So that's basically the shape and the size that I want. So I'm going to cut a second one with you. And so this one I've done it so that the flap is on the right. The next one I think I want to do so the flap is on the left. So if you've got paper that's not necessarily directional, that probably would be best. But having said that, I'm going to use this one and see how we go. So to start with, I need to cut, let me think, need to cut 8.5 inches. So I'm going to have this as the main part of my envelope. So I need to cut from the bottom to the top 8.5 inches. So we'll do that first. Okay, so I want it this way. 8.5 inches. Okay, and then we need the flap, which is about, I think I measured 3.5, but this is just under 3.5, but we're going to use that anyway. So which means I need to cut this okay, so I've got to think about this. So this is going to be 7 inches, I think, because I've got 3/4 of an inch here extra. So yes, just under 7 inches. So we'll cut that at just under 7 inches. Okay, so we've got one little square left out of our 12-inch piece. Okie doke. Now with the flap, what we're going to do is we want to give it a little bit of shape. So now that I've done this one, I could actually lay this on and just trace that with a pencil, but I'm just going to show you how I worked out that shape, and it may not be exactly the same. So basically I just worked out where halfway was, which is approximately 3.5 inches. And I just did a pencil mark. And then I measured 3/4 of an inch down, I think that's what I did, about 3/4 of an inch into the flap, if that makes sense. So just a little mark there, and the same on this side. Okay, so I'm not sure whether you can see, so I've got 3/4 of an inch from, so this is where I want the V to be, for want of a better description. This is where I want the V to be here. So what I'm going to do, and this works better, you can do it on your cutter. Sorry about the printer in the background, I'm printing out some bits and pieces. A long bladed scissor would work well, because you can just go from this point here and then just cut to that point there, and then do exactly the same. So it's just easier to line up your lines. Or, as I said, you can do it on your cutter. And then I'm just going to rub those lines out. I'll be inking anyway, so probably won't see those. Okay, so that's the shape of the flap. Now I need this bit here, so I'm going to score in from the top 3/4 of an inch. So 3/4 of an inch, and that gives us our flap. And then I'm going to just cut this in a little bit, so that we don't have any sides protruding when we glue it down. Okay, so that's 2 flaps. Now, with this one, what we need to do is we're going to, now I'm just needing to think about this, because I want this here to go the opposite way. So this one I scored 5.5 inches in from the right, but I had the direction that I wanted the envelope folded facing me. So this time I think what I need to do is put this downwards, because I want this to be the front of the envelope. So I need to put this downwards, and I'm going to measure in 5.5. Now I'm just taking mine in and lining it up with the 1 inch mark here, so that I can go to 6.5 inches, because my 5.5 inches is basically right on the fold of this scoring board, and it always goes wobbly. So you, from your right hand side to your left hand side, you want to measure in 5.5 inches. Okay, and then you want to tip it. You want to tip it to your right, and we're going to measure and score 3/4 of an inch, and then tip it to your other longer side, and then measure and score 3/4 of an inch. And this is what you will end up with. And hopefully I've done that right. Yes, I have. Excellent. Because I wanted the envelope going the opposite way, if that makes sense. Yep. Okay. All right, so now I'm just going to cut away, I don't know whether you can see the score lines there, just to the other side of that score line, just to this folded edge here. Just cutting away that excess there, and the same on the other side. Okay. And then on this side, so this is the folded side, on this side we want to just cut a bit of an angle like that, and then the same on this side here. And then this, minus the flap, just to show you, constitutes our envelope. Okay, alrighty, so just need to just cut that in a little bit there because I've missed. Okay, I'm just making a mess of that. All right, so that constitutes our other envelope minus the flap. So when this is glued on, this is what that will look like, basically. Okay, or we could even, I don't know, we could do that one on that one if we wanted to, and this one on this one. Much of a muchness, really. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually just ink around them first of all, and then I'm just going to glue the flap to the envelope. Alrighty, so I have inked around all of that, both of those, and on this one too I meant to say that we need to cut this end here on an angle, so you've got these flaps here both on angles. Okay, now I've got to really think about this and what I'm doing. If you're confused, join the club. So one of these I am actually going to use as an envelope, I think. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to actually glue the flaps on to the back of the envelopes so that that's done and I'm not having too many moving pieces. So I'll just do that. So that's that one, and then we'll glue this one on as well. So let me just get my head around this and make sure I do it the right way. Okay. Alrighty, so we've basically got the two envelopes, so you could glue up the sides and just use them as envelopes if you wanted to. So I just wanted to make my own custom size. Now I'm just trying to think what I want to do with this. So what I was thinking was that I wanted to, so this is how I want it to look on the pockets. I'll put some document closures there, I think, to keep those closed. So when we open up, so when we open this up, this is going to be stuck down to here, and this will act as a pocket here. And here I was thinking that I would add like maybe a notepad that flips up and a notepad that flips down for extra journaling. And then some bits and pieces of ephemera could be held in here. That's what I'm thinking so far. And so this is a pocket. So that's how that opens up. And then this is glued to this. And then this is actually just a pocket here. And then when it's glued down onto the pocket inside the folio, we can glue down the three sides, and then that will be a pocket there, or a pocket on the side, something like that. That's what I'm thinking. What do you think? Okay, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. So what I want to do is put a divot in this one so that we know that that's a pocket. hope I've just done the right one here. Do I want to sew this? If I want to sew it, I need to be sewing it now. I think I do. So I'm going to just head off and sew this all around, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've sewn around them really roughly. Now I have to remember how I had this. So I think, so this one I'm going to use as an actual envelope, aren't I? No, this one I'm using as an actual envelope. I knew I'd get myself confused. So probably what I could do is, I'm just going to burnish that a little bit better. Probably what I could do is actually glue this one shut. Just going to put a ruler in there and just make sure that I haven't glued any of that envelope closed. Which I haven't. Okay, so that's the left side of our, whatever we're calling it. Okay, and that's what I wanted to do. So I wanted to glue that. So I'm going to glue that to that, so that that's a pocket there. So I need to glue 1, 2, 3 sides here. And these will all be decorated once I get the basic parts of the folio done. I'll then decorate them, add a bit of colour, that type of thing. Okay, so this has got to go like that. So I'm just going to square them up with one another like this. And just make sure that that will close, which it does. So I hope it's making a little bit more sense now. So when I put this onto here, so see how it's more of a custom size than it's taking up more of the flip than just a standard size envelope. So this will sit here like this. So now I need to determine, do I make it a pocket at the back as well, which I think I will. So document closures here. This opens up. We have a pocket here, and then this flips. We have a pocket here, and then we have something here. I haven't worked out exactly yet what I'm going to put there. And then a pocket at the back. I'm thinking if I put a pocket at the back though, I'm actually going to add a little bit of a gusset here and here, just to give a little bit more room. But that is basically the general idea. So I'm liking how that's looking. How does that all close up? Yeah, plenty of room. Okay. So I need to do some little closures for here, and I'm going to use some of these circles that I punched in an earlier video that were too big. So I may as well utilize those. And I'm just going to punch these closures in this. I think it's a 1/2 inch. So I probably should be able to get 2 circles out of 1 circle, so I'm not wasting any paper. Let me just have a look. Yeah, okay. And then I'll probably make these, I don't know, 2. We'll do 1 red and one teal like we've done here. Okay. Might be able to utilize those. Put them to the side, and I'm going to glue those together. Just add a little bit of ink. And they're our little document closures, so they could probably be a little bit bigger, but as I said, I don't have a hunch between this size and this size, so these smaller ones will have to do. Okay, so I'm going to punch a smaller hole into the middle of this, way off the middle, but anyway, and set a smaller eyelet in there. So that's that, and I'm not going to use the thick baker's twine. I'll just use a finer jute or something. I've got this little bit here, which might be just enough for what we need. Okay, I think that's cute. So we want to add some gussets to just the back, just to give a little bit more room. So maybe if I do that now, I've got some bits and pieces of card here. So I've got this that I was using for the rounds. So I need to measure this, don't I? I've got myself in such a mess here. I can't find anything. So this is, what did we say? So it's 6 and 7/8 basically is what I need to cut in height. And we want to do, anyway, let's cut the 6 and 7/8 in height first. And then we should be able to get, so what does this measure to? So if we cut this at 1 inch, and we have 2 pieces. Just for a bit more of a gusset there. Okay, so I need to score that in half. It's just to make it easier for myself to fold. So if we just do, say, half there. And the same with this one. I know there's a science behind gussets, but this is just the way that I'm going to do it for this piece. I don't want a lot of bulk, but I just want something a little bit extra. And I think So that'll fit on there, but I'm just going to cut the corners in a little bit. Like so. I'm going to move this so I don't get glue all over it. And I'm going to ink just this edge here just in case we see it. And this is the way we want to glue it. So I'm going to glue this edge. And then this one on this edge. So that'll just give us a little bit more movement, a bit more room in the back. And then I could do another one down here if I wanted to, but I think I'll just do those two side ones so you can see how that's sort of sitting it up, the pocket up a little bit. I'm not going to glue it into the folio just at this point because I need to try and work out exactly what I want to do. For decorating on the inside, more so this area here. So it's just going to be easier to work on if I've got it out of the folio. So I need to go away, like I can decorate collage on here and decorate on here while it's in the folio. That's not a problem. But just whatever I'm going to attach to here, I'd like to try and work that out prior to gluing this in. But that is basically that little element that's going in there. And it fits just there beautifully. So I'll probably have that there, and then I'm thinking now I will have a pocket that you won't see here. I'll have some decoration here, but then when this flips up, bits and pieces will be in here. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm loving how it's all coming together. This folio will be made up of many videos, many videos, because yeah, every little element takes a bit of time. So I think I will leave it there today. Hopefully I was in frame with all of that. It's just really hard to judge because of the size of the thing. So yeah, I think it's coming together well. And I absolutely love this. I need to do a tab too for that, don't I? So I should go and do something about that as well. All right, I'm going to leave it there for today, and we'll come back next time and do a bit more on it. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're all keeping really well, and until next time, I hope you get a little bit of creative time in. See you soon. Bye-bye.